There are a lot of ways to protect your paint. The question is, how do you choose the right product?
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail Podcast. Today we're going to be delving into our protection products, and the first thing you'll notice, I'm wearing gloves. When you're detailing, please always protect yourself. Wear gloves, eyeglasses, and you'll be a lot safer.
Protect yourself first, protect the vehicle second.
Right.
Ivan, where do we start? I'm trying to figure out where to guide people among our myriad products. Like, you can help with your 40 plus year detailing experience, and you've educated so many people. What are the beginner questions that are so important out there?
Well, let's start with protecting the paint. And let's start with the least amount of protection, and that is wax. Our show-winning wax, the nice pink bottle, smells beautiful, it's easy to apply, it's fun to apply. Wax only lasts 2 or 3 months. So, not a bad thing. Wax has its pluses though. Durability is not a plus, but the glow, the feel, the look of a wax can't be replicated, and our wax is unabashedly filling. We want it to fill those little micro scratches and swirls as much as possible, so Saturday morning when you take your car to Cars and Coffee, it's the best looking one out there.
Wax is not dead.
No.
Show-winning wax is the name, and it makes sense because your car looks ready for the car show.
Yes.
It has scratches. From 10 feet away, people are wowed.
All right. Next, we have 2 ceramic sealants that react in a very different way. First one there is Quick Beads. Quick Beads is a spray and rinse product. So you spray it on the vehicle, you rinse it off. That's it. You're done. Dry the car. It's a drying aid at the same time as its protection. It will give 3 to 6 months. Some people get longer, depending on how you store, drive, maintain your vehicle. You can extend the life of any of these by following proper practices.
Quick Beads is great on wheels, but it's also fantastic as a protection product in between washes. Once you've washed your car, Ivan, Quick Beads is so much fun.
Right.
You can do it on engine bays after you clean that. If you like using your pressure washer and then seeing the radical water beading, and then the feel under your drying towel.
Yeah.
After you use Quick Beads and then rinse it off.
Right. Beautiful velvety feel. You rinse it off, it's water activated. You don't need to use a pressure washer, you can use a garden hose with it. And for wheels, to me, it's a must-have. You just don't worry about it, buy a bottle, use it on your wheels, you'll immediately understand what I'm talking about.
The smell is really nice too.
Yeah.
Envy Ceramic Sealant, Ivan, is next.
Right, Envy Ceramic Sealant is the newest in the bunch here. Envy Ceramic Sealant is a spray and wipe ceramic sealant, but there's so many other things it can do. Yes, you can spray and wipe as a drying aid. You can spray it on the panel, wipe it in with a towel on a dry panel. You can use it with a machine to apply. There's just a lot of different ways. You can apply with an applicator, etc. I can go on and on and on.
One thing I like about using Envy Ceramic Sealant on the applicator, it's a nice training if you have never applied a ceramic coating before.
Right.
Apply it just like you would a coating, level off, and once you get a feel for that flow, you're ready for the coating.
Right. Now, speaking of coating, the next one, we have C6 Mist. Mist is the least protection of this bunch here. It's not going to provide any meaningful protection, but if you have a protected vehicle with ceramic coating, Mist becomes your favorite drying aid. Now, it can be used like Quick Beads as a spray and rinse, or as a rinse aid, or as a drying aid with your towels.
And your wife, Sylvie, loves Mist. And
yes.
She's the best detailer I know.
Right.
So why does she love it so much?
The gloss, the slickness, and the actual ease of drying. So basically you spray it on a wet panel and it almost dries the panel for you.
So great on ceramic and non-ceramic coated vehicles.
Right, but on a non-ceramic coated vehicle, don't expect it to provide long-term protection. Now, we have other bottles there, but we'll stick with the outside of the vehicle first. Then we have our ceramic coatings, the DIY Detail ceramic coatings featuring instant bond technology. 1 hour, it's ready to go out in the rain. 3 days later, you can wash them. All 3 of them work the same way, and you can combine to do the stack. But first of all, we have our 3-year ceramic coating, and the 3-year ceramic coating is very entry level, very easy to do. And by the way, they're all, one is as easy as the other. There's no one that's more difficult than the other. How to choose between the 3, 5, and the 8, and those are really just numbers because well maintained, the coating will last much, much longer than that. The 3-year features graphene oxide, and graphene oxide, if you've seen the marketing images, it looks like a little green matrix over a football field and one drop covers this whole area. Technically, yes, but we're hand applying in a ceramic coating. We're not getting that super uniform matrix over the surface. What we are getting though is little islands of ceramic, or what we are getting though is little islands of that graphene oxide. And then they're in that little matrix pattern. They're close enough together that the minerals from the water beads can't penetrate into the coating or the paint. But over time, those islands break apart. They break down. That usually takes 3 to 4 years. That's why we call it a 3-year coating. Now, our 5-year coating is the king of gloss. You want glossy paint. You've done everything you can to polish it. You've made it as beautiful as it will ever be, and you want to lock that in and maybe just add a touch of gloss. That's what our 5-year ceramic coating is for. Then our 8-year ceramic coating is you daily drive the car. It never sees the inside of a garage unless it's on a lift in a mechanic's garage. You accidentally take it through a car wash once in a while. It is our most durable, long-lasting, hard-wearing, chemically resistant coating. But then we have the stacks.
I have a vehicle with the stack, the 8-year stack. Obviously, you have the 3-year after. A lot of people are going to say this is 2 layers of a ceramic coating, the 8 and the 3-year bottles combined.
It's not 2 layers because the coatings are interacting with each other. There is a time limit to applying the stack, meaning you put either your 8-year or your 5-year down, and we'll explain why you choose one or the other in a few seconds. But you put down your 8 or your 5-year on the surface. You wait 1 to 8 hours, not less than 1 hour, not more than 8 hours. At this point, in that little window of opportunity, yes, there's a little crust that's formed on the 5 or the 8-year coating. But when you put the 3-year coating, it's not going to sit on top of that crust because of the chemical reaction. It's actually going to mix in together. And no, we can't mix them in the bottle beforehand. But it's going to mix them together, creating a new entity altogether. And that new entity is the slickest.
It's so slick.
Yeah, it is super slick. It's amazing. Now, why you choose the 3 years or why you choose the 5-3 stack versus the 8-3 stack? The 8-3 stack, you want durability, you want strength. You have a white vehicle and you want it to glow almost.
Even when it's dirty.
Yeah, that's where the 8-3 comes in. You want gloss, and even more gloss, the 5-3 stack.
And I'll tell you this, after about 6 months with that vehicle stacked, it's still smooth to the touch.
Yes.
Even if it's been a week and I grab the handle, it's like, how is this? It's like, oh yeah, it's stacked. So only rave reviews from the stack. It's a great option. Financially, it's a little bit more of an investment than just one bottle, Ivan. But if you're the kind of person who wants that kind of best, level protection, and that's your vibe, I would highly suggest getting the stack.
Now, the other thing is our bottles are 30 milliliters. Follow our instructions, use our applicators. You will, on average, get at least 2 vehicles out of a bottle.
So you coat yours and then maybe your friends after that.
Right, and a lot of households have 2 vehicles now.
Yeah, your spouses.
You have 2 vehicles and you're the only driver in your house.
Hey, we're trying to drive these vehicles and enjoy them. We want to protect it, and that's why we're going to go further.
We're going to go further, but before going there, we have 2 specialty coatings. One is DIY Detail metal coating, and the metal coating is there for raw metals. So if your wheels are clear coated, that's not raw metal. Yes, they're made of metal, but there's clear coat on them, you're using these. If you have a classic car with chrome on it, you've got a truck with polished aluminum wheels, you have a motorcycle with chrome and polished aluminum, that's where the metal coating comes in. You have a pontoon, go for it. The other specialty coating is our plastic restore and protect. Now, the restoration part of it, it has very, very active wetting agents, meaning that the dye, because there is a black dye in there, and the coating are drawn into the plastic with those wetting agents. So think of the wetting agents as opening up a sponge and it's just forcing everything into that sponge. That's what a wetting agent does. And it's a ceramic coating, so it's going to last a long time. If your original plastic took 5 years to fade from beautiful black to sort of patchy gray, it's still going to take another 5 years. So install this or replace the piece of plastic, you're going to get the same longevity out of it.
Yeah, Trim, Restore, and Protect is a phenomenal product. I used it on the Jeep. Yeah. And it's a 10-year-old vehicle and it looks just like a Jeep. Yeah. It's like regular trim. And not faded, not super bright, just It looks like trim. It looks great.
And a little goes a very long way. Now, some people will look and go, well, where's your wheel coating? We don't have a wheel coating. And as long as I'm alive, we probably won't unless technology really, really changes. The reason for that is a lot of people think of wheel coating and they market it as wheels get hot. Your tires start melting at 365 degrees Fahrenheit. Any one of these coatings is resistant up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't need a special wheel coating if they're clear coated, and 99.9% of factory wheels are clear coated.
So Ivan, what would be your favorite coating in our entire lineup for wheels?
C6 Hydro Light. And
tell me more.
Yeah, so C6 Hydro Light is part of the C6 line. And there are two C6 coatings that are exclusively available to authorized installers. That is C6 Diamond Gloss and C6 Hydro. The reason for that is the technology behind them makes them super easy to install. They're fun, they're great. But if you get a high spot with those two coatings, you're not going to be a happy camper. It's not going to be a fun day for you. So that's why they're professional coating. Now, C6 Hydro Light is a derivative of C6 Hydro, and it is our most hydrophobic coating. On wheels, hydrophobicity is very important, more important than on your paint, because you also want a wheel that self-cleans when it gets wet. That's where Hydro Light comes in.
And water beads help the self-cleaning. How does that work?
Basically, if you have a well-coated car and you get dust on it, when you get water on it, it actually gathers up that water in the beads and floats that dust to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, the water gathers up into beads, floating the dust to the top of that water.
And then what happens?
Well, the more rain you have, it'll flush it away.
Or if you drive the vehicle.
Yeah.
Right? That bead has to go somewhere as you're driving. So instead of that dust or dirt or whatever staying on the paint, the bead goes off and it encapsulates it and just
takes the dirt with it.
Yeah, so that's the self-cleaning we're talking about with ceramic protection.
Right. Now, the other specialty coating we have is C6 Hydro Glass. And normally when you're coating a car, you can use any of these coatings on the glass. But if you're a highway driver commuting every day, it rains frequently, you have to use your wipers on occasion, then Hydro Glass has better resistance to the wipers, to the abrasion. And no, it's not going to give you more abrasion abrasion resistance on your paint. No, but it's designed specifically for glass. A paint coating will work on glass. It won't work as well. That's why we developed C6 Hydro Glass.
So there's little variations along the path.
Right.
You can take this journey and that journey. You could coat it with the same coating you used to coat your paint, or you could try Hydro Glass, or maybe you're going to restore some trim.
Right.
It's not that complicated. You can't really go wrong.
No. Now, let's delve into the interior of the car. And the first protection that we have, and the best, is DIY Detail Interior Ceramic Coating. It is a ceramic coating. Now, it comes in a large 16-ounce bottle. You're going to get a lot of vehicles out of that. Or if you have a lot of carpet and you're wanting to treat the carpet, then you might go through half a bottle or something like that. It will protect any interior surface other than the windows. You never want anything hydrophobic on the windows. Now, interior ceramic is not designed to be hydrophobic. It is designed to prevent staining and to make cleaning easier. That's what it does. Yes, it will give a little hydrophobicity to the panel or to your seat or to the carpet, but that's not its goal. It's not going to prevent that. What it does is it encapsulates those fibers. So let's say you've got a cloth seat. A cloth seat, you've got all these fibers, almost like a microfiber. Or Alcantara, same deal. By the way, Alcantara is just a fancy word for microfiber. Now you've encapsulated those, so when something is going to stain that, the stain can't get in because it's being blocked by the interior ceramic. It's not thick. It's actually thinner than water. It's a very thin liquid, meaning that it's not going to fill the pores of anything. It will line the pores, not fill them.
It's just a great product, super easy to use. You don't have to be a professional grade detailer to lay this protection down. It's just put on your applicator, rub it in, and level.
Right.
Just wipe.
It's super simple. We have a number of videos on the channel. You can watch those. The next one is one that confuses a lot of people, and that's why I wanted to put this in here. That's Interior Clean and Protect.
Wait, before you do that, did you mention tonneau cover for interior ceramic?
Yeah, tonneau cover on a pickup truck, exterior vinyls like that if you have a vinyl roof, or a convertible. I drive convertibles. My convertibles have interior ceramic on that because it's a fabric. So a coating like this does not do well on a fabric. The interior ceramic is designed for fabrics, for carpets, for plastics, for vinyls, for leathers. So it does all of those. Even your infotainment screen, it's great on the infotainment screen. The little pesky finger marks come off very easily.
Interior Clean and Protect, a great product to use once you've ceramic coated the interior. Like, it's a great cleaner.
Right, it's a great cleaner. And a lot of people see Interior Protect. They don't see the clean. It's more of a cleaner than it is a protectant. And no, it's not gonna make your interior shiny. It's not gonna make it glossy. It's not gonna make it slippery. It's not gonna do any of that. The protection part of it is UV protection and anti-static protection. And the anti-static is very important. Like I said, I drive a convertible, and whenever I drive the car, the top is down. Unless it's pouring rain, the top is down. I used Interior Clean and Protect when we were doing the R&D process. I put it on half the interior. Within a couple days, you could see which half it was on, because the half that didn't have it was covered in dust.
Yeah, so the anti-static properties.
Right, so it's gonna keep your interior cleaner longer. And that's what the protection part of it. But it is a great cleaner. You don't need an APC on an interior. It is a formidable cleaner. Now, the last protection product we have in the lineup is one that we use on every single detail.
Every single detail.
Every single detail, tire dressing.
You can use it on the inside and the outside. By the way, a little secret pro tip.
Yeah.
You can cut tire dressing 1-to-1 if you really like that, almost like greasy interior look. Like, some people like it a little shinier.
Yeah, if
we
you
think of it as greasy, but shiny is usually clean in people's minds. So some people like that look.
Well, if you've got a 72 Chevelle, it's period correct to have your interior looking nice and shiny. That's what you can do. Now, for myself, I use it straight on floor mats. We have the WeatherTech style floor mats in our car. It just keeps them looking good. No, it's not slippery. Put it on, let it dry, maybe go over it with a microfiber if it's a little too glossy for you, then you're good to go.
Yeah, I prefer to kind of level it right away. I let it dry on my other floor mats, and it just wasn't my favorite experience because I did a lot of product.
Yeah.
And it was just like a pool of it everywhere, and it was just, it had that tire dressing scent. Right?
Yeah.
Which was not what I was expecting. And it was like, why did this happen, Nick? You used half a bottle on it.
Yeah,
so
less is more.
Yeah, so I know that I've been in your vehicle and never smelled it. So
right.
It's just, these are chemicals, it's your interior, so you choose what you want to do with it, but I think it does not slip at all.
No, and we mentioned quick beads as great for engine bay cleaning or protecting. If you want a shinier, glossier look, then mist on a little bit of the tire dressing, work it into your plastics under the hood, and they'll look phenomenal. And they won't be sticky. That's the great thing about our tire dressing, it's water-based. So you're not gonna get sling. Your tires will feel velvety almost, but they won't be sticky. They won't attract dust, they won't attract dirt. And like I said, most importantly, they won't sling.
I just love it on trim too.
Yeah.
Even though the trim is ceramic coated with plastic restore and protect.
Right.
I like a little, a richer
a bit of gloss, yeah.
Yeah, so if I've got my tire dressing brush and I'm doing my wheels, I'll hit the trim too, and it works great.
Right. Now there are a few combinations of these that we've shown over the years. And if you're a subscriber, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. You'll learn a lot. We're here for education. But over the years, there have been some combinations put together that people really like. One of them is washing your car, protecting it with quick beads, and then drying it with envy with your towel. That gives an almost ceramic coating-like protection.
Yeah, and you don't need to do that.
No.
It's fun and it feels amazing on the towel. Like, if you like extra products and extra time, but that's like fun to you, and you like the idea of more protection, it's a winner combination. I don't always use it at home, but when we do it here, I always have a great time.
Yeah. And show-winning wax. Show-winning wax was originally designed, my main criteria for this was to make it safe for ceramic coatings and to fill. So your ceramic coating, you installed it a year ago, you've cleaned it, you've decontaminated it. There's a few love marks from maybe you accidentally, the car went through a car wash by itself. We know it happens. No driver actually physically wants to go through a car wash, but the car just sort of goes there by itself.
Sometimes it needs to happen.
Yeah, it happens.
It's been too long, life gets busy. You go through the car wash.
Yeah, so there might be a few little scratches. It fills, but it's compatible on ceramic coatings because there are no abrasives in it. Very important. The solvents are safe and there's no abrasives in it. So yes, you can use a wax on top of a ceramic coating.
Also, it's a fun product to try and learn. It's not a lot of new things in this industry in terms of, you know how to wash a wheel, you know how to wash and decontaminate.
Right.
Wax is like a new skill set for me.
Okay.
And so for me, it's like, how can I master this? And we've been trying it with the dual action sander.
Right.
Super easy. But when I was using the applicator, I put way too much product on and it was difficult to remove.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to master my wax game. And if you're like that and you want to try something new and learn it, the finish is just robust. I don't know how to explain it.
It glows.
It glows.
Yeah. And one last little thing. A lot of cars today have piano black trim on the interior. The wax is amazing on that piano black trim because it fills those micro scratches that inevitably happen in that you look at the piano black trim and it scratches. It's gonna help fill those little micro scratches, giving it a nicer look and protect it from future scratches.
If folks wanna maybe learn how to install a ceramic coating, they're intrigued, we have videos on how to use all this stuff, but coatings are so long-term, people may want the best, they wanna get right to that right now.
Yes, and they can do that right here.